Hey guys, this is Tech once again, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to connect your database and update configuration details when you are dealing with a PHP file or a PHP script. So prerequisite for that is for you to have your cPanel. Some use direct admin, but in this video we're using a cPanel. So first you have to make sure that your SSL is active. In my previous video, how to create an online banking from scratch, I showed how we purchase a hosting, and most times it comes with an SSL and it just automatically activates. And if it doesn't, you can trigger it to activate automatically. So if you're dealing with a PHP file, if you're dealing with a PHP file, first you need your file in your public underscore HTML in your file manager. You need it in your root folder. So I have a file prepared already, so I'm going to upload that file into my root folder. So I'll go ahead and upload that file now. To do that, I'll just click on upload. So I'll click on upload now. So it's loading. So I'm going to select the file. I'm going to select the file I need. Like I said, I already have a file already prepared, so I'm selecting the file I need now, and I just click upload. So it's going to load now. It's going to count from 1 to 100, and depending on the size of your file, this may take a little bit, so you have to be patient, and the speed of your network as well, it may take a little bit, so you have to be patient and just let it go from 0 to 100. So we're just gonna let it count, and when it's 100, we just come back and kick off. Okay, so we're good. It's got to 100, and this is our file in here. So we're gonna extract it. So you just right click and you look for the extract option, and you extract. So it's extracted. Our file is inside folder en. You can choose to move your files out of this folder and put it in the root folder, but for the purpose of this video, we're just going to leave our files inside the folder en. So if we have a domain name, our file, our site is going to be at the domain name /en. So for some PHP file, you have to edit file known as the configuration file, maybe config.php. Some could be settings.php, but for this file, what we need to edit is the .env file. And most cPanels is sometimes is hidden, so you just click on settings and you show hidden files. So this cPanel files contains this env file contains the database details which we need to edit, because we need these database details for the site to work. The site needs to read these details for it to function properly. So we need to change the database name, the database username, and the database password. So most times you can just leave the host as localhost. So you can leave that as localhost, or you can leave that as root. So now we're going to go back to cPanel. These are SMTP details. So most times your env file or your config file will have everything you need to edit to get your site up and running. So we're going to go back to the file manager. We're going to go back to the file manager. So now we're actually going to create the database now. So what you need to do first is that you need to use the database wizard to create the database first, and then you can now access that database using phpMyAdmin. So what we'll do is click on database wizard. When we click on database wizard, it will pop up. It will show us the option to create a database name. So you just right now our domain name that we're using for this video is Ovotech. So we just create Ovotech_et, and here for the username we use the same thing for simplicity, and then we generate a password. So for the password, you just copy this password here. You copy this password and you keep it safe, because you're going to update it in your configuration file, and for ours is the .env file. So I'm going to keep that there. Then you click I have copied. Then you use the password. The password strength is good, so our password is okay. Then make sure you grant all privileges. Don't just grant one and leave the other. So you just check all privileges. Make sure you grant all privileges. Then you select make changes. So as soon as this is done, now you go back to your env file. We're going to go back to our env file, and then we're going to update those details. We're going to update database password, DB password, and forget the password we copied and kept earlier. We update that. Then we're going to update database name and database username. So we use the same name for the username and the database name. So we just copy that, which is ovotech_et. So we'll go back to our env file. After copying, now we're at our env file. So we just update our username. We update our username, ovotech_et. We update our database name, ovotech_et. And there are some other details here that you might need to update depending on your configuration file, like the SMTP details and maybe a few other details. But we've saved that right now. We've saved that. This is our domain name. We've saved that. So we will change the app name to the name that we have. So we'll change, that's part of the details we have to update as well. So put ovotech.xyz. Remember, our files are in a folder en. So I have ovotech.xyz/en. That's where our file is. We will change the app name to our name, which is going to be ovotech. And then if you want your email functionality to function properly as well, you have to make sure that you update the SMTP details as well. These are the SMTP details. You just create an email in the cPanel and you use the details from the email to update the SMTP details. So now that we've done this, the very next step now, we've created the database using database wizard. So now we access that database using phpMyAdmin. So now this is the database we created. And now we're going to upload our database file for the PHP system or PHP scripts that you uploaded earlier. We upload our database file because they go hand in hand to work. So click on choose file. I already have my file here in my file manager. So I'll click on upload and then I'll click on import. It takes a few minutes depending on the size, and it's uploaded now. So my database file has uploaded, my SQL file has uploaded now, and I've already updated my SQL details as well. So another thing to check for is your PHP. Another thing to check for is your PHP version. So your PHP version should be at least 8.1 and above. So you have to check to make sure it's not depreciated, because most scripts won't work with a depreciated version. So ours is already 8.1. So I think is okay. So you can even decide to increase it from 8.1 to maybe 8.2 or 8.3 depending on what's available. So now we're going to open our link, which is ovotech.xyz, to see if our site will load, because we've updated our configuration file, which was the .env file. We uploaded our SQL database as well. So we'll fulfill the requirements for connecting our database. So we fulfill that. So if you should load our website now, ovotech.xyz/en, the site should load. So this was what was in the file we uploaded. This was the script we uploaded. So we connected our database and we connected everything cleanly, so the site loads perfectly. Assuming we didn't connect it properly, the site wouldn't load. So this just shows how you can easily connect your database when you are working with a PHP system or a script.